Honourable MEPs, ladies and gentlemen, and particularly a special thanks to Malcolm Harbour for inviting and also insisting that we should come and speak at this event. I'd like very quickly just to introduce S.W. Kim is with me, who's an Executive Vice President from Samsung, and he is a signal of how important Samsung considers Europe. And I've been with the company for 1 month now. Some of you will have known me for being in Brussels for 15 years with other large companies. And it's a signal of our commitment to stepping up and engaging on some of these policy topics because we consider them to be so important. The Digital World in 2025, that report was amazingly intuitive. It identified a lot of really important key trends, global digital economy, mass collaboration, which I want to talk about, and it also highlighted the importance of networks, systems, tools and services, and also remarkably it predicted the difficulties that we might face with data and data security. It was a remarkable, if you see how much space is taken up in the newspapers recently with data and data security and privacy. So tomorrow's technologies are a result of today's R&D investments. So there is such a strong link between the decisions that we make today and the future that we will create for ourselves. I very much subscribe to the idea of creating the future and shaping the future. It's very important that the decisions we take today are the ones which will shape the future of tomorrow. I have every confidence that the Digital World of 2030, at least the report that I was able to read yesterday, will repeat the very successful predictions of the future. I'm particularly looking forward to this explosion of real-time data and the seamless access to everything. And hopefully that would solve our issue of driving around town, because when real-time access, what we need there is to develop that into real-time knowledge. And I think we're on the threshold of embarking into an amazing knowledge-rich society where we will have access to massive amount of information. And with the amazing capabilities of the current mobile devices, and the next generations will become even more amazing, it's possible to have almost the sum of human knowledge available from the palm of your hand. I'm very pleased that the draft text gave emphasis to the next generation networks. So I'd like to make 2 points. One is about mass collaboration, and the other one is about networks. Europe led the world in 2 and 3G, and some of the early work we did was an amazing collaboration across Europe. But all of that was due to investments in infrastructure. It was about a first-class workforce and energetic entrepreneurial culture. And it reshaped the way all of our citizens and businesses worked. But it's true, Europe has now fallen behind, and particularly in the development of 4G. If you look at penetration rates of devices in Europe, you'll see 28% of LTE accounts in South Korea, but it's 11% in the US, and in Europe it's only 0.3. We need to close this gap. And I think the discussion, some of you will be taking place tomorrow on 5G. There's a breakfast which is also work of. I think that this focuses on an extremely important future decision for Europe. And the Commission is paving the way for 5G public-private partnerships across Europe with a dedicated fund. As you know, there's 700 million euros available for it. So the time for making very key investment decisions is now. But when we make those decisions, I think it's very important to think of the opportunities and the possibilities that opens. There is fantastic potential in Europe for the development of wireless networks, and the expansion of next generation networks will offer us stunning connectivity. The expansion throughout Europe, both rural and urban, will lead us to truly air available internet. And these sort of contacts and this sort of opening up of information is going to be available from the palm of your hand or from your tablet devices. I think by pursuing this, it's not only a great place for achieving the 2020 visions of jobs and growth, but I think it offers an opportunity, if we get it right, for Europe to achieve a position as a global leader. And this is why I think it's so important to get Horizon 2020 right. And it's one of the important reasons, like having Horizon 2020 right is one of the important reasons why we can now move on to 5G and how 5G PPP can be launched properly. But I think the most important thing about connectivity and the network solutions is that how we can unlock the potential of Europe's entrepreneurs and particularly the youth. Samsung as a company, we're very proud to be associated with bringing technology through the tablets and mobile devices into schools. And that's one of the projects that we are very, very proud of, because we're trying to bring technology to young people, because they're then creating their own future and they have the tools to create their own future. We're particularly interested in connectivity, and as I talked about the powerful mobile devices that are coming, a lot of the products that we bring to market, including tablets, which are amazing in their capabilities. The smartphones are very commonly known, but also we're in many other sectors, and I think this opens up the possibility of connecting many different devices, both all the entertainment devices at home, but the access to information, the tablets, the smartphones, also domestic appliances. And all of that offers the fantastic prospect of a world which is truly connected. We've read about the Internet of Things, and I think this really, we're on the threshold of that. And opening greater access to broadband and 5G and 4G will offer us the chance of a true mass connectivity, and from that, a true mass collaboration. So convergence of all these devices in a sort of seamless web that gives us access to amazing real-time, real-world information and knowledge, and all the apps and the services that go with it offer it an endless possibility to be creative. And I think it comes to the key of what this is all about, and it's about unlocking the potential of ourselves, but also our youth and employment is a key thing that we need to work on. So as we move towards the weightless economy of bytes, and the new opportunities that this will offer, we need to remember that we are doing something very creative for our society today. So there is a connection between knowledge and internet, but we also must remember that there are great connections to be made back to society and tackling the great societal challenges that are facing us all. So I hope the predictions come true, and I look forward, all of us from Samsung, to be part of creating the future. Thank you.